Okay, so yes. So right now, you may be thinking that it's unnecessary or it is out of the box, or once again, guys, there is some technical error. Okay, but let me fix it. Okay, fine. So now the point here is always remember that whatever that you are going to learn in this particular course, it is not only for now. So in over the 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, it may be helpful, right? It will be definitely. Okay, so whichever degree that you take, right, you have to prepare your resume or CV to get a job, isn't it? So in that way, no matter how far it is, and the days will go like this. So not only for your examination point of view, also to write in a very effective manner, to write your resume, right, to make your resume or CV in an effective manner. One should learn. I think some error. Okay, one should learn how to write resume or CV. So the point here is, what do you mean by resume, and what do you mean by CV? So here, after your graduation, you have to go and get a job, right? So they see the first level is your aptitude, right? How do industries take you to the job, right? Into the job. See, the first level will be the attitude, aptitude. The second one is GD, that is group discussion, and the third one is resume or CV preparation. Like why am I saying that third step is to prepare resume or CV? Because third level will be face to face interview. Okay, so before getting into GD, all that, let me discuss this one. Okay, so now resume. So see, if we don't stress on the second syllable and the last syllable, resume, it will become resume, right? So resume in the sense, restart, redo it. Okay, so resume, that should be the pronunciation. Well, resume is a French word which means summary. Okay, so this resume or CV, it talks about person's personality, right? You mean to say physical personality? No, the entire personality as a person. It talks about who you are, what you're up to, what your abilities, and how you are going to contribute to the organization. Okay, so resume is a French word which means summary. So that gives the summary of the candidate as a person and talks about his or her abilities. Resume is an American style of presenting biodata of a person, which includes the details like, as I said, who you are, right? Who is who and what is what, we don't understand till we get into some zone where we can observe the person in a very broad sense. Okay, so who you are, what you would like to do, what is your qualification, what have you accomplished, what skills, the knowledge, what skills and the knowledge you can offer the employer, right? One who hires, employer, one who works, employee. Okay, so now let's see CV. So basic difference is, when we say resume is a summary and it's an American style of presenting biodata. CV would be definitely opposite to it, isn't it? It's very simple. This curriculum vitae. So CV means curriculum vitae is from Latin language, which means course of life, shortly said as CV or vitae. It is the detailed explanation of someone's life's work. It is the British style. CV is British style of presenting biodata, which includes like. So here it gives even a very minor explanation about a person's professional history. It talks about everything. Let me quote a very simple example. In resume, for example, I will write saying that I have an experience of teaching BSc agriculture students. But in curriculum vitae, I should be writing saying that I have an experience of teaching functional grammar, right? And then writing skills, listening comprehension, reading comprehension. Under these particular, under these big headings, right, there are subheadings, and these are the topics that I have an experience of teaching first year BSc students. So, did you understand? In resume, I can just say I have an experience of teaching first year BSc students. But in curriculum vitae, I should go in detail of whatever that I have done and I have been able to. So that is the difference. So it gives the detailed explanation of one's professional history. Okay, and then the skills, accomplishments, abilities, and achievements. So it gives the detailed explanation of skills, accomplishments, awards, abilities, achievements, everything. So resume is the summary, right? Right? It's a summary. It's summary and it's American style. Okay, but curriculum vitae, it is opposite to it, right? It gives the detailed explanation of one's professional history, and it is British style. But now we are Indians, and the point here is which one that we have to follow. It's good to take. It's better to take good from each corner. So we combine both the styles, and we call it as biodata. Okay. Can you please, someone let me know whether the slides are shared? Can you see the slides? Because there are few technical issues that I'm facing now. Okay, good. The screen is again being paused. Then it's taking a lot of time to. Okay. So now, however, these days people use all the details that is both personal and work related detail either in resume or CV. So, resume or CV is used to give the summary of the personal and work experience related details. So now this is your definition, right? So resume or CV, it is used to give the summary of the personal and work experience related details. Guys, I think there are few technical errors. 2 seconds, I'll just fix it up and get back to you. Okay, I hope the screen is shared now. And if I have to maximize it, there are few problems. So well, going to the next slide. Let me go to the next slide. So different types of resume that we can come across. So there are different types of resumes. So the first one, let me talk about the chronological resume. So this type of resume wherein it talks about you know presentation of information, right, and educational qualification, experiences, achievements, and awards. So here, whatever the details that we are going to write, that should be in a chronological order. That should be in chronological order, right? Ascending or descending. But here in chronological resume, it will be most of the times, right? It follows the descending chronological order. That means the recent one comes first, right? For example, you have done your 10th standard, PUC, and degree, right? So the recent one comes first, that is your degree, right? You have finished your degree from so and so university with this much of CGPA. You have accomplished PU from so and so college under so and so board with so much of percentage. And the last one comes your SSLC. You understand? So the recent one should come first. So in chronological resume, most of the times, right, the descending chronological order is followed. And then coming to functional resume, where abilities are focused much, right? It portrays the employer that how skillful the candidate is. It talks only about the skills and the abilities of the employee, of the candidate. And it explains how could be the contribution from the candidate to the organization. What kind of contribution that he or she can give towards the growth of the organization. Okay. And then combination resume, where combination of both chronological and functional resumes can be seen. Combination is very simple, right? It is a combination of both chronological and functional resumes, where You follow the descending chronological order, and also you focus more on the skills of that particular candidate. Then targeted resume. So targeted resume means person creating specific resume for specific job and its requirement. For example, if you are applying for a teaching job, then you should be talking more about teaching job, like you should be talking more about the importance of education and how best that it can bring different curriculums and modules into the classroom and then make your class very interesting, something like that. And then if you're applying for agriculture officer post, then you should be talking about the importance of schemes, right? And how best that you can reach the people, and how best that we can take those schemes to people, and how best that you can work in that zone. If you're applying for a manager post in a bank or agricultural field officer, so you should be talking about bank banking and how best that you can talk, convince the customers, right? Whether you have done the same role in your previous job, and or whether you have led any team in doing so, whatever the a role that you're applying for. So that is called as targeted resume. So that way, everybody, right, prepares resume for particular specific resume for specific job and its requirement. Then coming to mini resume, the short synopsis. Synopsis itself is summary, guys, right? The resume itself is a kind of summary, right? In that also you are going to take the core points, right? The short synopsis of or summary of person's experience is called as mini resume. So that will be basically just in one page, right? One page, and only that page will talk about its professional abilities, the person's professional abilities. That is called as mini resume. Now, coming to the details a resume or CV should cover. Again, so now details a resume or CV should cover. The first one is name, address, phone number, mail ID, career objective, education, work experience, additional or technical qualification, achievements and awards, projects and publications, skills, interests, personal information, references, declaration. Look at this. We are going to talk about these 15 points in a resume or CV. Do you think that it is too much overloaded? No, it is very simple, guys. See, the first 4 points, it's all about you, your name, address, phone number, and mail ID. And then you have to talk about the career objective. What do you mean by objective? Purpose, right? So, what is the purpose of applying for that particular job, right? So, you should be talking about how best you are most suitable for that job, how best that you fit into it, right? The objective, the purpose of joining that particular job, right? Or the purpose of, you know, um, dropping this resume to them. What is the purpose of dropping this resume to them? You are seeking an avenue, right? The first thing is, why do we prepare resume or CV? To seek an avenue, right? So you are seeking a job over there. point number one. And then you have to say that how best that you are going to use your skills and how you're going to contribute to that organization, well, how passionate you are doing so. So those things should come under career objective. And then your education. If you have got work experience, you should be talking about it. Any another any other additional qualification, for example, you might have done some computer course, then you should be talking about it. And then awards and recognitions, and then projects and publications, your skills, your interests, and then personal information, references, and then declaration. So these are the points that a CV or a resume should be covering. So now, details a resume or CV should cover. Let us go in detail about it. So the first thing is name. So the name should be bold and should be in larger font. Let me tell you, the entire resume should be in one uniform font as well as the font size. So usually what do we follow? Which one? Times New Roman, and it should be in 12 font size. Only the headings should be bold and then it should be in 14 font size, but the entire official documents should be in Times New Roman. Well, so name should be bold and larger font. And then remember the spelling should be same as it is in your certificates, right? For example, Tejaswini example. So you want the spelling should be like the last VINI, but in your certificates wrongly it is written as WINI. So you should be following the same thing. Okay, WINI. And then in certificates, for example, you might have for example, Satish Chandrasekhar Reddy example that is there in your resume. So you should be that is there in your certificate. So you should be writing the same name in your resume. You cannot say just Satish CR, Satish Chandrasekhar Reddy. You should be writing the entire name. So whatever it is there in your certificates, especially even you should be taking care of the spellings. For example, Shaker, Shekar, that is there in your certificate. And if you write Saker, Se, something like that, like vice versa. So whatever it is, follow whatever it is there in your certificates, same should be there on your resume too. And then do not use nicknames. For example, somebody, example, Satish only be called as Sina. You cannot write that in brackets saying that that is your nickname. You definitely cannot do that. And then coming to address, complete address should be there, no abbreviations. For example, RK extension, you cannot write so because it has got its own abbreviation. For example, Ramakrishna extension. So you have to write the entire one. And then door number, cross number, lane number should be taken care of. It has to be line by line. So you cannot write, comma, door number, comma, lane number, comma, and then cross number, comma. You cannot go next to next to next, right? It should come line by line. Okay. And then always remember to write the postal code or pin code. Okay. And then phone number, present phone number along with one more phone number has to be given in case of emergency. And remember, include the area name. For example, 080, that is the code, and then you have got the number, right? So yesterday someone gave me for some official purpose, we cannot now, meet our honorable vice chancellor, so because of COVID, norms. So we should be talking to him on any meeting for that matter, whatever it is. We should be talking to him over phone, right? So in that way, someone gave the phone number, and the phone number was right only 2257 444. Example, you know that is the phone number, and they, you know, that particular person gave me. But the point here is he has included 91 and then this landline number. Then how would it be correct? So when I dialed, it was wrong. It was, you know, it was saying, you know, the number is wrong. Then how could number go wrong? Then I checked it and then I edited the number, you know, adding 080 and then the number. Then I was able to reach, correct? So whenever we are, you know, giving number, we should be doubly careful. We should cross check twice whether we are, you know, writing down the same number, whether we are, you know, adding the same correct area number. Okay, so remember, always you should add area number and then the phone number. Okay, then coming to mail ID, it should be professional, in which you are available, right? You might have created two or three mail IDs, but which one do you use frequently? That should be there. Okay, which one you are available, in which you are available, that should be there. And then do not give the email ID which is inappropriate. Why am I saying this? Because there are people, right? They do create an email which doesn't look professional. For example, girl's name, Deepa, right? Deepa r at gmail.com. But you know, people do call her as uh, Deepa as Dolly. Then she has created Dolly dot lovely at gmail.com. So how would that be professional? Your name is Deepa and you're giving Dolly lovely, all that. It really look unethical, and not unethical, but it's not professional, isn't it? Looking at the Gmail ID itself, like, you know, mail ID itself, the company would definitely throw you out of the job, right? Not from job, but from the shortlist itself. Okay, so remember, you should be giving very appropriate professional mail IDs. Okay, example, punit r at gmail.com, or you know, or natraj yes at gmail.com, hotmail.com, or whatever. So depending on it. And then career objective, intention of applying for the job, one's capacity, qualification, achievements, intention of applying for the job. As I said, what is the purpose of applying for the job? To seek an avenue, and how best that you are going to and then what you're going to do if you get that job, right? You're going to use all your abilities for and to contribute to the towards the development of the organization. That you should be mentioning, and also your capacity and qualification, achievements, awards, and how the candidate will be an asset to the organization. Then now coming to education, qualifications, academic year of passing, name of the institution from which it was received, and also CGPA may be included. Okay, and then let me tell you guys, we can take job for our living, right? But the thing is, whether we are passionate about the job, we are passionate in doing the job, is a very big question that, you know, always comes to our mind. I tell you one thing, guys, whatever it is, if you're passionate about doing so, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Don't have any second thought about it. If you're passionate doing something, just go ahead. And without passion, I'm pretty sure that no matter which job and how much that you earn, you won't be staying long in that particular job. And moreover, you can't enjoy that job. So in career objective itself, you should be talking about how passionate you are towards it. Okay. And then coming to qualification, as I said, qualification, academic year of passing, name of the institution from which it was received, and also CGPA may be included. Not maybe, it has, you should be including it. Okay. And then the recent degree should come first, because we should follow the descending chronological order. And then mention additional qualification, additional training programs. Then coming to work experience, if you're a fresher, you can say that fresher. If experience, the same way, like the recent one should come first, right? The recent work experience or present job along with status should come, right? Which company that you were working for, right? And you should be mentioning the date of reporting as well as the date of relieving, and what was the position that you were chairing when you were in that. Okay. And then volunteer work experience, any special projects, additional responsibilities, right, that you have taken in leading the team, you can mention that. Okay. And then additional or technical qualification, as I said, highlight the relevant skill. For example, you are applying for some software developer, um, kind of, right? That job is demanding along with degree agriculture degree, plus it is also demanding some sort of software coding experience. Then you should be writing whatever the coding languages that you have learned, you should be mentioning it. So always remember, right? For example, you are a trained dancer, you cannot bring that into technical qualification, isn't it? Can you bring that as technical qualification? No, because that is not relevant. It is not that you cannot write about it. You can write about it under the different subheading, but always remember what is relevant of speaking about. Okay, so highlight the relevant skill, mention computer training, specific course training apart from the formal education. Then you have to talk about achievements and awards. So if you were in sports, literary events, cultural activities, please do mention it. And also let me say that CRs can always mention this experience. Like you were class representative in so and so year for this particular batch, right? So that is some added qualification, because you being the representative of the class is not a joke, right? So you are the leader, you have the leadership qualification, abilities. That's why you are having that chair. So that is an added advantage, right? It's a new feather in your cap. Okay. Then leading any student association or like president, joint secretary, financier, you can mention it. Then coming to projects and publications, if you have that, if handled any projects or published research papers, you should be mentioning it. The same, the recent one should come first. The same way, responsibilities one has taken up as or taken up, and also has to mention date. Then coming to skills, mention the skill that is directly related to the career objective. Then coming to interests, I think you keep it as optional. I don't think so. I don't suggest you to go for interests. Okay. Then coming to personal information, right? That should be including name, father name, mother name, gender, date of birth, nationality, address, hobbies, languages learned. So now I think you may be thinking, I think you might have got the answer, like why I said skip interests, because you will be writing about your hobbies under personal information, isn't it? So you can interests, you can keep it as an optional thing, and you can just ignore. And coming to references, mention names of your colleagues or your professors and their address. So when you are submitting your resume, make sure you write references and with prior notice, right? Not notice, sorry, with prior information to that particular person, because he or she should be knowing that someone has taken their phone number and address or mail ID, right, and given as them as reference. Then also, please do choose very carefully your references, as a person should know your personal strengths and skills, right? Usually, people who wants to fly from India, they all do take you know one certificate from English department saying that they are proficient in English and they know how to read and write. Okay, so and sometimes even they prefer English professors as their references because uh, we do get mails from the universities wherein we have to give a kind of a kind of feedback about that particular candidate, right? Right. So the professor or that any colleague should be knowing that you are using their name in your biodata, and then they may get any time email or phone. Okay, and then prior permission. Prior permission only you should be using their names. Coming to declaration, cross-check or proofread the resume or CV, that whether it is factual one, and then give the declaration, right? Sometimes we do little mistakes, like while writing CGPA, or because so many semesters you should be calculating it, and then you should come to an aggregate point. So sometimes 73.37, by chance if you write 73.73, it's all numbers, right? So please check, and then place and date you should mention. Also, the very very important thing is signature. Okay, signature of the candidate. Okay, so that you should be taking care of. Clear? Then then so now let's see. Use one font uniformly, that is 12, and one font style, that is Times New Roman. Arial also you can use, but preferably officially most of the companies and most of the government sector, they do prefer Times New Roman. And then line spacing should be legible. Make it as 1.5 line spacing, and then leave 2-3 blank lines between sections. So please do add space between the subheadings. And then paper quality should be taken care of, like white, half white, or in cream color paper is suitable. And not color paper, guys, like blue color, pink color. Please don't green color, like A4 sheets only you will get in color papers, right? Please don't use it. It should be professional. So go for white or cream, half white, right? And then or ivory color. And subheading should be in bold, and then the font should be 14. Okay. And then page number is compulsory. So remember to add page numbers, and then proofread again and again. Ask someone else to proofread for you. Left corner, please do leave space because they are going to punch it, right? And you can staple also, right? The sheets. Now let's see the example format of resume. We have got only 15 minutes more. So, right? So let's see. So see, look at this. The name, Mathura. Address you have got, number 23, Arjun Layout, Ram Extension, Bangalore, 89. Then the right corner, you have got phone number, mobile number, and mail ID, right? So that should be the first level of starting your resume. And coming to career objective, she is seeking an avenue as manager, right, in some esteemed company. So let me read it out. Seeking an avenue as manager in your esteemed organization where I can enhance my knowledge and implement my innovative ideas as I'm self-directed, enthusiastic, with a passionate commitment. See, in one sentence, there is no, simple sentence, right? One complex sentence, when she dumped all her points that how best that she is suitable for the job. I read it once again, seeking an avenue as manager in your esteemed organization where I can enhance my knowledge and implement my innovative ideas as I'm self directed, enthusiastic with a passionate commitment. So, that is her career objective. Then coming to education, accomplished Bachelor of Agriculture from University of Agricultural Sciences (GKVK) in 2016 with an aggregate 84 percentage. Then look at this education. So the recent one had come past. Second one completed PUC, but here she has not mentioned which college and which board. So you should be mentioning it. It is not there on slide. Right? Purposefully, I have written like this so that you're not supposed to do it. Okay. Completed PUC or accomplished PUC from so and so college, from so and so board with an aggregate percentage 96. Completed SSLC from so and so school under Karnataka board with so and so percentage, right? Not only Karnataka, any board. Okay. Then work experience worked as executive manager in CBJ company from November 2017 to October 2019. Worked as an assistant executive at Verma Agri Research Institute from August 2016 to October 2017. Additional technical qualification that she has got CAA plus Java from Arctic Institute in the year 2009. Then Achievements Awards, Best Manager Award in CBJ Company for the last year 2018-19. Then the projects, doubling the farmers' income project, she team lead in CBJ Company. So she has led the team, particular team, that is the project under the project name doubling the farmers' income. Okay, then skills, she is a good team player, leadership qualities that she has got. Then personal information under that name Madhura, then father name Shiva Prasad, mother name Lalita, gender female, date of birth so and so, nationality Indian, and then address the same address that you have written in the first sheet. The same thing should be there. You cannot give two address. In case you want to give, then you can even write or both the address. Okay. Then languages known Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Spanish, and English. And then references Rekha, manager in CBJ company, Maruti Nagar Industrial Layout, 18, Bangalore 89. And then the phone number that she has got. Then coming to Ramesh, general manager CBJ company, Maruti Nagar Industrial Layout, Bangalore 89. And then the phone number got. And then the last one is, declaration. I hereby declare that the above given particulars are true to the best of my knowledge. Then place, date, the date of dropping the resume. Okay, when you are so date column should always be kept blank, right? You have to update your resume, but the date one should be blank. So the day of applying for the job, you should be writing that particular date. Okay, and then signature of the candidate. So that's about resume. Clear? So in exam, they will ask you, imagine that you are applying for the job of, prepare a resume, right? Applying for the post of agriculture officer or manager in the bank or manager in agriculture industry, industrial company, or sales executive in fertilizers company, or applying for the post of assistant professor in agriculture, something like that. So you should be knowing about all that. And then see, one thing is format. For just format you will be getting 2 marks, so 5 marks they will ask you this question. So just for if your resume in in the proper format, you will be getting 2 marks no matter what. Okay, the format should be fine. If you know the format, it is like the skeleton. If you know the skeleton, it is very easy to put in all the muscles. So you have got the you know you will get the work done, isn't it? So it is very important to know the format first, and then it is easy to just drop in information. Okay, so in exam they do ask, okay, prepare a resume or CV for the post of so and so. And after preparing resume, you have to post it, isn't it? So you should be writing a covering letter also along with CV or resume, correct? Just like that, okay, you have prepared resume. Did you approach the company is the question. So to approach the company, you should be writing the cover letter. Okay, you have prepared resume or CV, but you have to mail your resume to a company. While mailing, right? This is the attachment you will attach in the mail. But what about the covering words? The letter. Right, if you are no sending a mail also, you should be writing something, isn't it? Like where did you get to know that there is a vacancy in that particular company, right? And then how are you going to approach that person? So everything that you should be covering in covering letter. If you're not writing a letter, at least you should be knowing what you have to write to that particular company, so that you would be getting a chance being shortlisted and then face interview. That we can deal in the next class. But today I think this is so much for you to learn, right? I think it was not too much overloaded. Okay, I know how difficult it is to stay back for 1 hour and then just go ahead listening to the online classes and for the entire day. I understand. So yes, for today this is enough. For we can continue in the next class. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Now the floor is open for 2A. Sia, please do take attendance. No doubts? Okay. Once your Sia sends me the attendance, then I can stop. I can, I can leave this meeting. So is it fine, guys? So I know it is little difficult to understand things, but please do follow the pattern, okay? And things will definitely fall into place. So actually, writing CV or preparing CV or resume is very, very simple from the point of your examination. Okay, so if you know the format, you have got 2 marks out of 5, and covering letter, you know the format, you have got 1.5 marks. So if you know the format, just by knowing the format, you will get 3 marks out of 5, and then the rest 2 marks will just say what you have filled in. That's it. Okay. In exam, it will be asked for 5 marks. It will be asked for 5 marks. So CV or resume basically gives the information about the person who faces interview. That is the definition. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking what are nasal sounds. See, for example, mm, mm, na, na. See these things, right? Mm, 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 right? Yeah. See, these are the sounds which wherein we use nose, nasal, nose, right? The sounds are produced in vocal cords only, but what happens? The air passes through nasal cavity, right? And then it comes out through our nose by closing our mouth. We don't open our mouth, right? Mm, mm, isn't it? Mm. These are the nasal sounds. Okay. Example: C, M, N syllables. Ma, na. See, it comes through nose. That is called as nasal sounds. What else? So the definition: the CV or resume gives information about the candidate, right? So what kind of information? Professional as well as personal information. Okay, can educational qualification be written in tabular column? Yes, you can do it. That is also one of the styles that we write, isn't it? So serial number, name of the institutions, which board of studies, and then CGPA. So the first one, again, the recent one comes first. So you have the serial number one, your degree from which university, and then CGPA. Your second one, your 12th standard marks, which school, which board of studies, and then CGPA. The last one, SSL. So that is like that. Tabular column also can be used. That's style of writing resume. Any other doubts? Okay. No doubts. I can no leave the. I can stop the meeting. Okay. Fine then. Thank you. Any doubts? Please do ask. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Okay. No matter. For example, if I have finished one any topic long ago, today also you can ask doubts. Right? I can remember what I have taught you. If I don't remember, I'll just ask. I'll just get I do clarify things even out of the syllabus also. If you have any doubts relevant to English, I'm here. Okay. Thank you guys. Take care. Stay safe.